أولى ثانوي. فرصة جديدة وحلم جديد وهنعديها بالتأكيد، وهنعديها بالتأكيد. أولى ثانوي.
Welcome dear student to our channels مدرستنا 3 under the supervision of Ministry of Education. أعزائي طلاب الصف الأول الثانوي، أهلا بكم في حلقة جديدة من تدريس الأحياء باللغة الإنجليزية تحت إشراف وزارة التربية والتعليم. أوكي. Dear students, now we are going to focus the last sessions in this term. Okay, that related to the animal tissue. Learning outcome in this lesson. Okay, by the end of this lesson, a student should be able to, number one, identify the different type of muscular tissue. Differentiations between the different type of muscular tissue. It is the specific types of another types of the tissue, animal tissue. Number two, differentiate between muscular and nerve tissue. What is the difference between the muscular and the nerve tissue, and what is the relations between each one of them? Okay, that's right. Number one, muscular tissue. What is the characteristic in your mind? What is the characteristic of the muscles? It has the ability to contract and relax. This is the main characteristic that's found in the muscular. So it is the cylindrical shapes, and it contains nucleate, and contain a large amount of mitochondria, and storage the large amount of glycogen. Studied previously, mitochondria found abundantly in the muscles. Why? Because in the muscles it needing a large amount of energy. ATP, standard reverse currency of energy inside the cells, and the storage of the glycogens that found in it. So the smooth endoplasmic reticulum found abundantly in the muscle and the liver. Why? Because it plays an important role transferring the glucose into glycogen and store it inside the muscles. Why? Because the muscles needing a large amount of energy to make contract and relax. Okay. The building unit of the muscles is called the muscles fibers, and it's called building unit, okay, or structures unit. They are made up of cells known as muscular cells or muscles fibers. That means that the muscles that represent the flesh واللحم, okay, that represent the muscles. Characteristic of the muscles. What is the characteristic of the muscles? I mentioned now, this is cylindrical, it has the ability to contract and relax, multinucleated, storage a large amount of glycogens, it contains a large amount of mitochondria, specific type of organelles found in it. They are distinguished from the other body cells by their ability for contractions and relaxations, which helping the living organism to move, okay? Posture maintaining, standing, up, bending, move, contract, relax, make a vigorous effort that lead to contract and relax and needing energy. That's right. Okay. Differentiation the cell diversity, animal tissue. Types is divided into 3 types. Muscle is divided in 3 types. Striated, that means that it contains myosin and actins. Myosin, it's thick filament, actin thin filament. So the skeletal muscles, it contains the myosin and the actins. Number one is skeletal muscles. What do I mean skeletal muscles? Found in upper limb and lower limb. Upper limb, lower limb. Why? Because they have the ability to contract and relax, helping you move, running, standing, sit up. Okay, that's right. Striated muscles. The first type, it's called skeletal muscle. Skeletal muscle is striated, voluntary, can move willingly, contract and relax by controlling. Okay, found in the upper limb and the lower limb. Another type, it's called smooth muscles. Unstriated, smooth muscles, unstriated, involuntary, play an important role in the movement in the blood inside the blood vessel to keep the normal blood pressures. بتحرك الدم بسهولة جوه blood vessels, normal blood pressures. So it's found inside the blood vessels, smooth muscles. It's found in the smooth muscles and found in the urinary bladders. Play an important extract out the large amount of urines that come from the kidney through the ureters. Okay, يبقى number 2 it's called smooth muscles. Unstriated involuntary found inside the blood vessels and urinary bladders. The last types of the muscular tissue, it's called cardiac muscles. Okay, cardiac. All times for life, contract, relax, to make a rhythmic of heartbeat. The rhythmic of heartbeat originates heartbeat itself. Why? Because the cardiac muscle is made spontaneously, involuntary. So the cardiac muscle is striated involuntary. Striated and involuntary muscle fibers. These muscle fibers, it consists of intercalated disc. What the meaning of intercalated disc? This intercalated disc connecting the muscle fibers in the heart together make the rhythmic of the heartbeat. Contract, relax all times for life. Okay? That's right. Skeletal muscle fibers, cardiac muscle fibers, and smooth muscle fibers. Okay. Smooth muscle fibers, they consist of unstriated involuntary muscle fibers. This appears in your figures in front of you in the screens. Another type, skeletal muscles, they consist of striated voluntary muscle fiber found in upper limb and lower limb to ability to contract and relax swingingly without controls. Okay? Sorry, not without control, with the control. Sorry, with control, not without control. Without control, that's related to smooth. So it's called skeletal muscle. They consist of striated voluntary muscle, movingly with under the control, undergoes control myself. Okay, contract, relax, contract, relax. This shape the three presenting the striated muscles or skeletal muscles that found in upper limb and lower limb. The third type, last type, is cardiac muscles. They consist of striated involuntary without controls. It's controlling it by through the nervous system. Involuntary. Muscle fibers. They contain intercalated disc that's connecting the muscle fiber together. Disc that bending the muscle fiber together, and they make the heart beating a rhythmic way as on a function unit. So the rhythmic of the heartbeat originates from heart itself at tissue. Why? Because it's made spontaneously. So the heartbeat is, after this, may be beating, contract and relax. Short times, not approximately minutes. Why? Because it's involuntary. Striated involuntary muscles. Okay, that's right. Pay attention me, dear student. Choose the correct answer. The tissue that's responsible for the movement of the fingers. Your fingers. Okay, toes or digits. An upper limb or lower limb. Who's responsible for movement? Smooth muscular tissue? No. Can't move wingly. Skeletal muscular tissue? That's right. Why? Because it's controlled wingly, according to can control it with it. So the best answer is B. Why not cardiac muscular tissue? It's related to intercalated discs that found in the heart, connecting together, make the rhythmic of the heartbeat. Simple epithelial tissue, not related to muscular tissue, is related to in the simple epithelial tissue. That's right. So the best answer is skeletal muscular tissue. Okay, right. Choose the correct answers. The muscle which are responsible for the movement of the food substance inside the small intestine contains muscle fibers. Inside the small intestine, okay, specific type of muscles is called the smooth muscles. Play an important role. Move the foods and digestive food and the finally digestive food in the involuntary way. Why? Because you can't control it wingly. So, unstriated voluntary? No. Unstriated involuntary? That's right. The best answer B. Unstriated involuntary. Okay? Unstriated voluntary, skeletal muscles. Unstriated involuntary, the three smooth muscles. Striated involuntary, cardiac muscle. Striated voluntary, it's called skeletal muscles. Okay? Unstriated voluntary. Okay, unstriated involuntary, no muscles that found in them related to us. Unstriated involuntary, so the best answer is unstriated involuntary. striated involuntary cardiac muscles, striated voluntary that represent a skeletal muscle. That's right. The best answer is B. Unstriated involuntary. That means that not contain the specific myosin and actin. Okay, that's right. Finally, the last tissue, it's called nervous tissue. The nervous tissue play an important role. Transmission the nerve impulses from the brain and the spinal cord to all the body parts. Pay attention, please. This point, very important to explaining about the nerve, how to transmission the nerve impulses, brain and spinal cord. There is 3 types of tissue. Number 1, nerve tissue. There is 3 types of the nerve cells. Number 1, sensory nerve cells. Transmission the nerve impulses from sensory organs to brain and the spinal cord. Another type of the nerve cells is connectors, connecting between the sensory nerve cells and the motor nerve cells. The motor nerve cells transmission the nerve impulses from CNS, central nervous system, brain and the spinal cord, to all body parts. No, to all body parts. Why? To the effective organ. What's the means of effective organ? Muscles. Maybe the orders that come from the brain and the spinal cord make it to contract, fighting, fearing, run away. So the motor nerve cells, transmissions, the nerve impulses from the brain and the spinal cord to the effective organ as the muscles. Another type of effective organ, gland, secreting hormones, secreting another types of the enzymes. So it is related to these types of the nerve cells. Structure of the nervous tissue consists of cell is called nerve cells, neurons. Okay, that's right. Now we are going to focus about this screen through this explaining nerve tissue. Nerve tissue structures. They consist of a cell. It's called neurons, the building unit of the nervous system. Neurons. Okay. The nerve cells is considered the building and the function unit of the nervous system. What I mean, the building. Each cell is connected with forming the connecting to each other, forming the that found in the brain abundance. Okay? Nervous system. The functions, the nerve tissue are responsible for regulating the different activity of the body organs. Why regulating the different body activity? Transmission of the nerve impulses. Controls the contract and relax. So, involuntary or voluntary. It's come from the brain and the spinal cord. This represents the central nervous system. That's right. Because they are specialized in receiving both the internal and external sensory stimuli, that reaching to the effective organs, muscles or gland, conducting them to the brain and the spinal cord, then transmitting the motor nerve impulses from one of them to the effective organs. It's called muscles or gland. That's right. Okay. This figure explaining the shape of the nerve cells. Nerve cells, it consists of, number 1, somatic body, or autosoma, or cell body. It consists of nucleus, and another organelles, except centrosomes. Why? Because the nerve cells not has the ability to divide, so it doesn't contain the organelles. It's called centrosome. Not has the ability to divide. Okay? The cell body or autosoma, it consists of dendrites. Dendrites is connecting with the terminal arborization to make the net to transmission the nerve impulses come from the brain and the spinal cord, reaching finally to the effective organs, maybe muscles, maybe gland. Okay? Nucleus. This is called the axon. It consists of terminal arborizations or terminal axons, and it could contain via node, necessary granules. This shape of nerves that represent the nerve cells, the transmissions, it's characterized by this shape. Why? To transmission the nerve impulses from the brain and the spinal cord to all body parts. All transmissions, the stimuli from the sensory organ to the brain and the spinal organ to make sensing, okay, cell body and axon that represent the cells. We can apply it, assessment about the nerve. The nerve cells are necessary for the animals because they act as a communications means among the different cells. B, they transfer the nutrients to the different cells. They regulating the cell divisions. They are responsible for the gas exchanging in the body. First one, they act as the communications means among the different cells. That's right. Why? Because it's connecting transmission of the nerve impulses from the brain and spinal cord and the regulation of the vital activities that occur inside the living cells. So the best answer is A. They transfer the nutrients? No. Transfer the nutrients is related to connective tissue, vascular connective tissue that's found in the blood and lymph. Number C, they are regulating the cell divisions? No, regulating the cell division related to centrosome, but this doesn't contain the centrosome. It has the ability to divide. Finally, D, they are responsible for the gas exchanging in the body? No, it's found in the wall of alveoli that's related to the squamous epithelial tissue. So the best answer is A. They are acting the communication means among the different cells. That's right. Okay? Okay. Another types? Questions? Science, technology, and society. We hear about the stem cell. What the mean of stem cells? And stem cells may be used in treating another organs, crania, heart, beta cells that found in the eyelid Langerhans. What is the meaning of the stem cells? Nowadays, in these days, all scientists towards to, using the stem cells and implanted it in the specific tissue to can ability to differentiate and give a new cells, a new tissue, a new organs. Okay, that's right. What is the stem cells? A specific type of cells. It has not differentiated. It has the ability to divide it and differentiate according to the type of cells that planted in it. Again, a specific type of cells, not differentiation. It has the ability to divide and differentiate according to the type of cells that is planted in it. Maybe planted in the eyelid Langerhans in beta cells to differentiation forming the beta cells, to productions, the large amount of insulin, especially the type 1 of diabetes mellitus. الناس اللي عندهم سكر اللي هو البيتا cells. That's implanted in the beta cells that form eyelid Langerhans in pancreas. They use the treatment in the Parkinson's, productions, dopamines. That's using the treatment of the Parkinson's. Okay, may be implanted in the cardiac tissue to producing organs, a new cells related to the cardiac. So the stem cells is differentiation. This stem cells, it is extracted from the embryonic stage. What the meaning of embryonic stage? When the mating is okay between male and the females. Sperm mating is over, producing a zygote. The zygote is divided 3 to 7 days, forming merola. It's called totapotent, pluripotent, multipotent, a specific type of the stem cells. Again, when the sperm mating is over, it's forming the zygote. The zygote is divided from 3 to 7 days before implanting inside the human cavity in uterus. Okay? So the cells undifferentiations, stick it or extracted it and implanted a specific type of cells. It's differentiated according to the cell is implanted in it. Why? Because it's undifferentiation. And it has a highly specific divisions. Okay? Embryonic stage is called totapotent. Implanted in another type of cells, and they give me a new organs or a new cells, and finally treatment this disease. Stem cells are the cells that can forming any types of the specialized cells, types such as muscular cells, liver cells, nerve cells, and and skin cells according to specific environmental treatment on the laboratory. They are formed during the early stage of the embryonic development. Okay? The role of the stem cells used producing. The scientists and doctors have a great hopes in treating a group of a intractable disease. What the mean of intractable disease? This is a curable disease, not the treatment only with it this by the stem cells. Okay, this is the way of the treatment. Okay, dear student, now we are going to focus about this episode through the abstract in the light board Follow me, please, and pay attention. Another type of animal tissue, it's called muscular tissue. Muscular tissue is characterized by it has the ability to contract and relax, contract and relax. So it consists of the building unit, it's called the muscles fibers. Okay, building unit of the muscular tissue, it's called the muscles fibers. Okay, has the ability to contract and relax. We can divide the muscular tissue according to the type of muscles. Number one, A. Smooth muscles, that means that unstriated muscles, involuntary, unstriated, involuntary, can't move wingly without controls, found in the urinary bladders and inside the blood capillaries and the blood vessels. Number B, skeletal muscles. Skeletal muscle, it has the ability to contract and relax, so it is striated, voluntary, found in upper limb and lower limb, can move upper limb wingly and lower limb wingly without controls. Sorry, with control, Can I control in it? Okay. C, cardiac muscles. It consists of striated, involuntary muscle fibers. It consists of intercalated disc. That is, this intercalated disc play an important role in connecting all muscles fibers in the heart to make a rhythmic of the heartbeat, contract and relax for life. So the rhythmic of the heartbeat originates from the heartbeat of self. Why? Because it's made spontaneously. That means that involuntary, without control. Okay, by helping the nervous system is controlling it, so it's involuntary. Don't control it. Okay. Another types of tissue, it's called nerve tissue. Nerve tissue play an important role in transmissions. The nerve impulses, nerve tissue. Transmissions, the nerve impulses from the brain and the spinal cord. There is a three types of the nerve tissue. Sensory, motors. Okay. Sensory transmissions, the nerve impulses from the sensory organs to the brain and the spinal cord. Motors, transmissions, the nerve impulses from the brain and the spinal cord to all the body parts, no, to the effective organ. What is the mean the effective organs? Muscles and the gland. It's called effective organ. Pay attention, please, in these figures in front of you. This is the structures of the nerve cells. It consists of two main components, cell body and the axon. Cell body, it contains nucleus, another type of organelles, dendrites. Nerve cells, it not has the ability to divide. Why? Because it doesn't contain the centrosomes. Axons, it's contain the myelin sheath, and ending with the terminal appropriations that connecting the nerve impulses and connecting with the next neurons through the dendrites. Thank you a lot for you, dear student. I wish I could see you. I hope meet you again in the next semesters. And I hope you all success and passing exam finally with the high marks. Goodbye, dear student. Mr. حاتم, biology teacher.
أولى ثانوي، فرصة جديدة وحلم جديد وهنعديها بالتأكيد، أولى ثانوي.